appears at this point of time that 2014 Modi wave is back, and in the visuals we can see the Prime Minister just in a minute or two. He is about to arrive at Lal Bahadur Shastri Chowk in Ramnagar. We are seeing the advance pilot vehicle that has now reached Ramnagar, and in a couple of minutes he will be here too. And very significant this visit of Prime Minister, the second stop here for the day, when he will be paying floral tributes at the statue of Lal Bahadur Shastri, the former Prime Minister of the country, and then he will be going to his birthplace, the ancestral house of Lal Bahadur Shastri, and there also he will be paying his respects and floral tributes, and he will be meeting the family members of Lal Bahadur Shastri, and his grandson Sunil Shastri is also there, and he will be interacting with them. So almost for about half an hour the Prime Minister is expected to be in the Ramnagar area, and the visuals where you can see here that there is massive excitement as far as local people and the BJP is also concerned. Several thousand people have already assembled at the Lal Bahadur Shastri Chowk, trying to get a glimpse of the Prime Minister, and the entire arrangement is almost complete. The SPG has taken over the entire area under the cordon, and BJP workers, BJP supporters, all with the BJP flags in their hand and the BJP caps in their hand, waiting with the bated breath for the Prime Minister to arrive at Lal Bahadur Shastri Chowk. And let me tell you, Debina, as we have also been reporting earlier, that this will be the first visit by any Prime Minister to the ancestral house of former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri. So very significant, and importantly Lal Bahadur Shastri was from the upper caste, so therefore he is also eyeing the upper caste vote bank here. So very significant move and ploy by the BJP and also by the Prime Minister of paying a visit to Ramnagar, which has never been visited by any Prime Minister. And in a couple of minutes now we believe that the Prime Minister would be coming here.
Yes. So you have the grandson of Lal Bahadur Shastri, who's been fielded as a candidate this time in UP polls, and you have the Prime Minister coming to Ramnagar after Garhwa Ghat, Rohit. Garhwa Ghat is very tried to woo the Yadav community, traditionally in SP vote bank, and now 20% of upper caste in UP is what the BJP is eyeing with their Modi magic.
Well, obviously caste is a very important factor as far as UP and Bihar politics is concerned, and in a bid to eye both the Yadav community as well as the people from the upper caste very meticulously, today's visit has been planned.
Yes.
He went to Garhwa Ghat, which is predominantly a Yadav area.
But there he did not speak, Rohit. But Rohit, there the Prime Minister, Prime Minister chose not to speak. This time also he's going to pay homage there at the Lal Bahadur Shastri Chowk, then going to his house as well. From there he'll go to Kushipur, where he's set to address a rally. But BJP at Varanasi camp looking at MIFT leaders as well. There's a charge of dynasty politics playing out at Varanasi camp, under which you have Ramnagar, and this is the place where Saurabh Srivastava has been fielded. It's Modi magic on one side versus the BJP internal fight. Do you believe that the Prime Minister's presence will be able to consolidate the MIFT leaders and their vote banks?
Well, obviously, as I told you, there was a candidate who was Satyadev Rai Chaudhary, Shyamdev Rai Chaudhary, in fact, beg your pardon, whose ticket has been denied. He was a 7-time MLA from South Varanasi, and he is a MIFT leader, and that is why we are seeing that in Varanasi also he is campaigning hard. And in the visuals we can show you here that in the shape of a road show, Prime Minister Modi has in fact arrived in Ramnagar, and he has just come out of his vehicle. He is on his vehicle, and he is waving to the crowd here, which is present on the both sides of the road, and massive security arrangement also put in place, and an enthusiastic crowd here welcoming the Prime Minister.
Yes, and in fact
the first
also
Prime Minister to visit Ramnagar, and also paying respects to
Absolutely, Rohit. The kind of wave of crowd that we've seen in the past 2 days as well, matching up to what one is seeing in Ramnagar. But at this time, when the BJP has decided for the Prime Minister to take on the 3-day roadshow, means that they are nervous with the VVIP constituency. They can't afford a letdown, which is a battle of prestige for the BJP in this constituency. So stakes are significantly higher for the BJP, the Prime Minister's constituency of Lok Sabha this time round.
Well, absolutely. There is a battle that is being fought in Uttar Pradesh, but there is a separate battle for Varanasi, which is also being fought. And all the 8 seats in Varanasi extremely significant, being the Prime Minister Modi's parliamentary constituency. And here you see the Prime Minister has now arrived at the Lal Bahadur Shastri Chowk, and there is a massive crowd, and he is waving to the local people who are present here, who are waving back to him. And extremely excited crowd to see the Prime Minister here. And
he stepped out of his cavalcade, Rohit. He stepped out of his cavalcade there. He stepped out of his cavalcade there, Rohit. He stepped out of the cavalcade, meeting the people as well. Prime Minister, who was in his car waving through the window, now he stepped out. He is greeting all the party workers. He's meeting all of them. We've seen these scenes repeatedly in the past 2 days as well. In his Varanasi 2 days roadshow that we've seen, this is the 3rd day and the ultimate day. The final bastion of the BJP is Varanasi. As Rohit has been putting it out, these are 2 battles being fought. Pradesh, in the mini battle of the Prime Minister's own constituency, being looked as a referendum as well. Now he's going up to the Lal Bahadur Shastri Chowk Samarak, which is there to pay tribute to the former Prime Minister. Rohit, once again, take our viewers through the significance of this, because it's after Yadav community, the caste community, which the BJP is trying to woo with this pit stop in the last day of the campaign.
Well, Dibina, the visuals which we are showing here right now over India Today, never has such a visual been witnessed, that a Prime Minister paying respect to Lal Bahadur Shastri by coming to his ancestral house. And this is extremely significant what we are seeing,
right,
that he is there up on the statue where there's the statue of Lal Bahadur Shastri, and he's just garlanded his statue there, and now from there he is waving to the people there, and he also bowing before the former Prime Minister statue Lal Bahadur Shastri. An upper caste vote here really on the mind of the Prime Minister after Garhwal Ghat, where there was a predominantly a Yadav dominated area and ashram. And see the Prime Minister there, the people on the top of the rooftops, on the terrace, they're all posed there, they're outside the balconies,
so
and they're
cards being played right.
Just trying to get a
absolutely,
glimpse of the Prime
Rohit.
Minister. And the Prime Minister also...
All right, Rohit. So cards being played right by the BJP. As we've seen, they have decided to go all gung-ho with Brand Modi in this last phase of campaigning as well. India Today's Javed Ansari also joining us right now. So, Javed, as we're seeing the BJP coming out with its caste matrix full on display, but do you believe that people of Varanasi, although they've turned out in large number, would be now lining behind the BJP in the assembly polls, because many of the promises that were made in Lok Sabha polls not yet being fulfilled by the BJP?
That's a very valid, very pertinent point that you raised, Ravina. That question, those issues and a lot more will be put to test on March the 11th when the results come out. Yes, for now, there is no denying that the Prime Minister has drawn tremendous traction from people in Varanasi, but let's not forget, day before yesterday, Akhilesh and Rahul drew as big a crowd, as strong a reaction, if not more. And Mayawati, who's largely remained below the radar as far as the media is concerned, has also been drawing very large crowds. So who eventually puts it past, who eventually walks across the tape first will be seen when the results come out. But yes, all sides, because campaigning will come to an end in a couple of hours from now. So
absolutely,
all sides now straining every sinew. For the Prime Minister, a lot riding on Varanasi. He needs to make a clean sweep or questions will be asked of him.
Well, but also, Javed, we had Akhilesh Yadav in Jaunpur saying that प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने जनता के किए हुए वादे पूरे नहीं किए, अच्छे दिन की बात सिर्फ प्रचार में थी. He has also said that although he came to Jaunpur and talked about electricity and he talked about law and order situation, but today he is in Varanasi. He said Jaunpur will be the bonus seat, but the Prime Minister choosing Varanasi. But how are the voters feeling, Javed, about the SP Congress alliance as well? Today morning we were expecting them to have a media conference that was cancelled at the last minute.
Yes, that joint media press conference has been cancelled because it was slated for later in the afternoon by 4 o'clock. But we are told by senior congressmen that they've closed their Varanasi airspace will be closed between 3:30 to 5 because the Prime Minister apparently has to leave, and therefore these leaders, Rahul and Akhilesh, are both campaigning in different parts of Eastern UP, and these leaders will not be able to get here in time. So that stands cancelled. But as far as the voters are concerned, yes, there are issues. It depends on who you would speak to. BJP supporters believe everything is hunky-dory. You speak to a BSP supporter or a Samajwadi Congress alliance, and they have other things to say on these.
All right, Javed, be with us. Just want to tell our viewers, you're also cutting across to the visuals of Lal Bahadur Shastri's home, the former Prime Minister of India. His grandson Siddharth Nath Singh this time round jumping in the UP polls. He's been given a ticket by the BJP from Allahabad West. And not only this, as the BJP is looking at UP polls as a mini referendum, this is a battle which is being fought in the VVIP constituency, which one can say of Varanasi, where the Prime Minister is being elected from. And that's why no stone being left unturned. 3 out of 5 was the score last time around in the assembly polls. Could be a better one this time for BJP. One needs to wait and watch. But Javed, as we saw in Garhwa Ghat today, where the Prime Minister was present in the morning, a bit to sway the Yadav voters. Easier said than done.
Can you please repeat the question, Ravina?
We had in Garhwa Ghat the Prime Minister who tried to woo the Yadav vote bank today by visiting the ashram there. Was it easier said than done? Will the Prime Minister be able to consolidate that vote bank that has a strong loyalties with Samajwadi Party?
Look, that notwithstanding, each side is trying to draw in season every little advantage that they can. So therefore, the Prime Minister making a huge effort to connect with the other voters. I believe that this election will be won or lost on the ability or the lack of it of political parties to draw votes from other than their traditional vote bank. Whoever is able to get that bit of extra vote will be the first to cross the finishing line.
All right, Javed, be with us. Let me go across to Rohit, who's joining us live right now from Ramnagar. So Rohit, take us through what you're witnessing on the ground this time. Prime Minister also receiving a rousing welcome. The first time a sitting Prime Minister has decided to pay homage to the former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri there.
Well, absolutely. This is the first visit by a sitting Prime Minister to Ramnagar, which is the ancestral home of former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri. And right now, as I speak, the Prime Minister, after paying floral tributes at the statue of Lal Bahadur Shastri here at the Lal Bahadur Shastri Chowk in Ramnagar, he's just gone towards his house, where the ancestral house is there, a 5-minute walk from Lal Bahadur Shastri Chowk. And what we learn is that he has reached the residence of Lal Bahadur Shastri, the ancestral home, and there also he will be paying floral tribute.
Yes, he's reached there, Rohit. Yes, he's reached there, Rohit. We can confirm with the visuals coming in, he's reached there. He's been greeted by Lal Bahadur Shastri's relatives as well. He's paid a floral tribute at the entrance of the house. Now he's been felicitated as well by the family of Lal Bahadur Shastri. Importantly, one needs to read the politics as well right now. First pit stop this morning of the Prime Minister, Garhwa Ghat, stronghold of Yadav community. Second pit stop is Ramnagar. Lal Bahadur Shastri, Kayast vote bank is where is a stronghold of this place. Also, grandson of Lal Bahadur Shastri, Siddharth Nath Singh, being given ticket this time round for UP polls with BJP not leaving any stone unturned. Third pit stop will be Kushipur, where he will be addressing the rally. BJP supporters turning out in large number. Visuals coming in from inside Lal Bahadur Shastri's residence at the moment. The Prime Minister viewing the photographs there with the family of Lal Bahadur Shastri, the immediate family of Lal Bahadur Shastri, which is there to welcome the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister making two important pit stops and not choosing to speak, mind you. At Garhwa Ghat this morning, one was expecting that he would speak, but it was only the Mahant of Garhwa Ghat Ashram who spoke. Right now also the Prime Minister is with the family of the former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri, and he is at the hometown of Lal Bahadur Shastri at Ramnagar. And it's interesting because Rohit, as you're with us, we have three union ministers, one of them also, three union ministers and the Prime Minister from Varanasi, and a full force that BJP has made sure that it is the Modi brand that is being highlighted, especially in the last pitch for the UP polls ahead of the 7th phase voting in just about 48 hours from now.
Well, absolutely. It's the last final effort or the final kill for which the BJP is going on in Purvanchal, especially in Varanasi. And the Congress and the Samajwadi Party has been alleging that 27 union ministers are camping only in Purvanchal and Varanasi. This goes on to show that the condition of the BJP is not very well here in the Purvanchal region. But the Prime Minister is also, it's a back-to-back 3 days that the Prime Minister here is spending time in Varanasi, and 8 seats here in Varanasi, the Prime Minister's constituency, and very relevant because, as I told you, there is a separate battle that is being fought here in Varanasi also, because you may win Uttar Pradesh, you may lose Uttar Pradesh, but the results in Varanasi will be having a great deal of bearing on the Prime Minister's own image, that if the BJP performs well here, obviously the BJP will be very much elated. The Prime Minister's image will also go to a new high, but if the BJP loses more seats here in
so
Varanasi,
a prestige battle, nothing being left to chance, Rohit, a prestige battle, nothing being left to chance, and it is evident in the way tickets have been given out as well. Neelkant Tiwari making his electoral debut, replacing 7-time MLA Shyamdev Roy Chaudhary in Varanasi South. Saurabh Srivastava taking in from his mother Jyotsna Srivastava in Varanasi Cantonment. Varanasi North is where you have the Muslim dominance, and that's where also BJP was hoping to have a swing seat. But it's interesting, the internal fight of BJP in Varanasi South specifically, where Shyamdev Roy Chaudhary refused to even campaign for the BJP, being placated with the Prime Minister's presence. Prime Minister right now sitting at Lal Bahadur Shastri's home. Let's take a listen. Prime Minister sitting there inside Lal Bahadur Shastri's home in Ramnagar. He's met the families, he's paid the homage to the former Prime Minister. But let's go across to my colleague Rohit, who's giving us the politics of it. Rohit, as we've been talking about it, is the mini battle of Varanasi that's being fought. Nothing being left to chance, right from the candidate selection to even each of the spots that the Prime Minister is visiting in the last phase of his polling, making sure that it is the Modi magic of 2014 that's repeated, and making sure the caste matrix works to the T for BJP to swing those extra seats. Above 180, 190 is what they've been predicting, but above that, this will be the phase that will determine BJP's ultimate victory.
Well, absolutely. There been a caste combination extremely important in Uttar Pradesh as well as in states like Bihar, and therefore we are seeing that the BJP is trying to reach to every pocket there where there is a Yadav community there, or maybe the people from the upper caste there, and that is why we are seeing that early in the morning when he went to Garwa Hat, that was the Yadav dominated area where he was wooing the Yadav voters by paying visit to that ashram, and now by visiting here in Ramnagar, he is obviously targeting the upper caste vote bank. And let me tell you, in politics, everything is about perception, and action speaks more than words here, and that is why this visit of the Prime Minister both at Garwa Ghat and at Ramnagar extremely significant, keeping the vote bank in mind, the Yadavs and the upper caste. The BJP wants to get all the caste combination right as far as Uttar Pradesh is concerned. They don't want to get anything wrong here, because if you lose Uttar Pradesh, that could be a different thing, but if you lose here in your own bastion, the bastion of the Prime Minister, his own parliamentary constituency, then that would have a huge bearing on the reputation of the Prime Minister.
But what are the voters saying, Rohit? What are the voters saying? Rohit, what are the voters saying? Because many promises were made during the Lok Sabha polls by the Prime Minister. Today only Akhilesh Yadav in his Jaunpur rally has said he only makes promises during the campaign, doesn't fulfill it, taking on the Prime Minister over his electricity jibe as well, saying that doesn't come under his administration in any case. So many of the promises that he made is what the opposition is calling false promises. What are the voters feeling?
Well, we have some voters here. Let's talk to them himself. They are also BJP workers. But tell me the truth. आप मुझे सच बताइए, क्या यहाँ पर बिजली पानी की समस्या है या 24 घंटे बिजली आती है?
जी नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं आती। मुश्किल से 15-16 घंटे बिजली देने में सारा कर्म इन लोगों का हो जाता है। और यह रामनगर के लिए मैं स्पेशली यह कहना चाहता हूँ कि रामनगर की पब्लिक से जो विद्युत दर यहाँ से लिया जाता है वो शहरी रेट का दिया जाता है, लेकिन पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री मायावती के शासनकाल में इसको यहाँ की बिजली ग्रामीण सिस्टम के अनुसार दी जाती है, लेकिन चार्ज जो है कि सिटी चार्ज लिया जाता है।
लेकिन 24 घंटे बिजली नहीं आती?
बिल्कुल नहीं, कभी नहीं मिलती है।
अच्छा, ये बताइए सड़कों की हालत कैसी है, क्या लगता है?
सड़कों की हालत तो बहुत खस्ता हाल है।
खस्ता हाल है,
बहुत खस्ता।
नहीं तो ये जो प्रधानमंत्री यहाँ पर आए हैं, पहली बार कोई प्रधानमंत्री आया है?
दिया गया है, सब पिचिंग कर दिया गया है, रातों रात पिचिंग कर दिया गया है। आप बताइए।
कल या परसों रात से युद्ध स्तर पे काम चल रहा है। जहाँ सड़कें खराब थी उसको खाली चप्पी दे दिया गया है, उस पर से लेपन कार्य किया गया है। ये बहुत बुरी स्थिति थी। जहाँ गढ़वा घाट गए थे वहाँ घुटनों पानी लगता था, बहुत सारे गड्ढे थे, लेकिन रातों रात उसको जो है कि एक लेपन कार्य किया गया है, ऊपर से एक लेप लगा दिया गया है, ना कि उसको व्यवस्था दुरुस्त की गई है। बहुत ही खराब स्थिति है सड़कों की। बिजली व्यवस्था चरमराई हुई है। बिजली के लिए पता नहीं कितने आंदोलन हुए, लेकिन
देवीना, वी हैव सम फीमेल वोटर्स आल्सो हियर। इधर जरा आ जाइए। आप बताइए, आप यहीं के रहने वाली हैं, प्रधानमंत्री का इंतजार सुबह से कर रही है, मैं देख रहा हूँ। क्या हालात क्या है रामनगर के? क्या बेहतरी है, विकास है, क्या है यहाँ पे? इधर देखिए, जब बात करें इस तरफ क्या हालात है यहाँ पे रामनगर?
यहाँ के हालात तो इतना उत्सुक है कि देखने में इतना अच्छा लग रहा है, कोई अपने आप काबू नहीं रख रहा है।
वो तो ठीक है, लेकिन विकास की बात की, यहाँ कुछ विकास हुआ है क्या?
विकास है।
विकास किया अखिलेश यादव ने?
हाँ, विकास तो अखिलेश यादव ने कुछ नहीं किया
है। सड़कें
तो बनाए हैं ऐसा कि तुरंत 2-4 महीने में उखड़ जा रही है।
अब बिजली की क्या बात है? बिजली बोलते हैं 24 घंटे रहती है बिजली।
इस समय वोट का माहौल चल रहा है, इसी से बिजली दे रहे हैं ना, तो बिजली की इतनी हालत खराब है, बिजली भी नहीं दे रहे हैं सब।
इलेक्शन इसीलिए बिजली आ रही है यहाँ पे। Well, so local people here, the voters here are saying that Akhilesh Yadav, though had promised 24-hour electricity, but that has not been provided here in Varanasi. Yeah, it's election season here, it's time to vote here. That is why at this point of time, people in Varanasi are seeing that at least there are 22 to 23 hours of electricity that is being provided. But as far as development work is concerned, infrastructure is concerned, obviously like Purvanchal, Ramnagar is also one of the most backward areas of Purvanchal, and the local people here alleging that the roads are being constructed but not up to the level, and also electricity is just being provided at this point of time because there is election. Once election is over, once the voting is over, it's back to normal that you get 15 to 16 hours of electricity a day, and in summertime also they have to face a massive problem. Rebina.
During election.
From the Prime Minister also, because he is the elected representative from the Parliament from Varanasi. Although the Prime Minister has alleged that the Samajwadi Party government has only done kuch ka saath, kuch ka vikas, do they believe that the Prime Minister, who's now been given the face of UP campaign, will do sabka saath, sabka vikas if the BJP comes to power under his name?
Let's talk to the people themselves as to what they have to say. ये बताइए, आपने बोला अखिलेश यादव ने ज्यादा काम नहीं किया है, लेकिन क्या प्रधानमंत्री से आप लोग को उम्मीद है? क्या उम्मीद है?
हाँ भैया, मैं ये कहना चाहती हूँ कि जब से नरेंद्र मोदी जी आए हैं, हम लोगों के दिल में ये लगता है वो काम किए भी हैं और काम भी करेंगे। हम लोग सच्चे मन से कह रहे हैं, हम लोगों का इच्छा बोल रहा है कि जब से मोदी जी हमारे देश में आए हैं, वो ये लक्ष्य लेके आए हैं कि हम गुजरात की तरह इस भारत को भी अच्छा बनाएंगे।
गुजरात मॉडल अभी जानती है क्या है? क्या है
गुजरात को? तो ऐसा वो बनाए हैं कि एक व्यक्ति उसमें लाइट, बिजली और कोई पैसा के लिए मुश्ताद नहीं है, सब अपने आत्मनिर्भर है। वही उनका नारा है कि हम भारत को भी आत्मनिर्भर बनाएंगे।
ये बताइए, प्रधानमंत्री को देखने आई हैं आप?
हाँ।
क्या लग रहा है प्रधानमंत्री को?
बढ़िया लगा थमन, अच्छा हुआ। हम लोग के नजर में हर हर महादेव का नारा लग गल, मोदी हुआन, गरीबनों के ध्यान देले हुआन, अच्छा कही।
तो वो तो ध्यान दिया आपने, सबको देखा, अच्छा लगा। लेकिन ये बताइए, यहाँ पर रामनगर में कोई विकास हुआ है? कोई रोड सड़क बना है, बिजली आती है?
नहीं नहीं नहीं
नहीं आता है।
नहीं।
अभी इलेक्शन है, इलेक्शन में आता है बिजली?
हाँ आता है,
अभी आ रहा है।
हाँ आया।
तो आपको प्रधानमंत्री से क्या उम्मीद है? क्या लगता है यहाँ पे?
अच्छा है, बस दिया है, गरीबनों के सिलेंडर दे दिया। हम लोग का आदमी नहीं है, 500 रुपया महीना बांधा है, 6 महीना में 1500 रुपया आता है। तो हम लोग के खाना खर्चा चाहिए, गैस भी मिल गया।
जो उज्ज्वला स्कीम है उसकी बात आप लोग कर रहे हैं, आप लोग को भी सिलेंडर मिला है? आप लोग को?
हम लोग का भाई ना मिला है, मिली।
हाँ।
मिली।
हाँ, आप लोग को मिला?
वो गरीब कास्ट को दे रहा है। हम लोगों को बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है कि जो सक्षम नहीं है उन्हीं को देना चाहिए,
उन्हीं को देना चाहिए। और जब बातें करते हैं कि अखिलेश यादव कुछ का साथ करते हैं, कुछ का विकास करते हैं, बात सही है क्या?
अखिलेश यादव बोल रहे हैं इस समय वोट का माहौल चला है तो बोल रहे हैं कि हम साइकिल देंगे, ये देंगे। साइकिल लेके कोई क्या करेगा? और गैस दे रहे हैं, गरीबों को व्यवस्था दे रहे हैं, किसानों का कर्ज माफ कर रहे हैं। यही इतना ही हम लोगों के लिए बहुत।
भरोसा किस पर है, अखिलेश यादव पर की प्रधानमंत्री
हम
पर?
लोगों को नरेंद्र मोदी पर भरोसा है।
किस पर भरोसा है?
मोदी महाराज, मोदी महाराज।
Modi Maharaj is what these women here, the local women here from Ramnagar are saying, and they are claiming that Prime Minister Modi will deliver on the promises that he has been making in Uttar Pradesh, in fact during Uttar Pradesh election. And they were also speaking about the Ujjwala schemes and other central schemes that Prime Minister Modi has started. In fact, under Ujjwala scheme, cylinder is being provided, and these villagers here, local women here, saying that under that scheme, several poor people and poor women have been provided cylinders, so they are satisfied.
Well,
with
Rohit,
the central
well,
schemes
Rohit,
that
absolutely. The basic necessity remains the same. You have food, you have electricity, homes, water, gas cylinders is what the common man wants. But interestingly, what I also caught when you speak to the lady is the Gujarat model replicated here. Now we've seen the politics as well replicated in a way that caste politics, including the polarization pitch that has come from the BJP that's been questioned by the SP and the Congress combined. How are the political pundits also looking at the Prime Minister coming in and campaigning at a time when BJP is yet to declare openly its chief ministerial candidate? Do you believe that Keshav Prasad Maurya could swing in for the BJP with the non-Yadav OBC community, or do you believe it's a sign of nervousness of the BJP that you have the Prime Minister who's been the face of the UP campaign?
Well, Zabina, the Prime Minister or the BJP wants to get everything right in its place as far as Uttar Pradesh is concerned, and that is why very meticulously they have chosen, like they did in Bihar also, or like they did in Haryana also, of not putting up a face of the Chief Minister. Because if you put up a face, obviously that dents your opportunity to some extent, because if you put up a face like an upper caste, then obviously the people from the OBC, from the Dalit community, they can get angry, they may not vote for you. So very under planning, they have chosen not to present a chief ministerial candidate. Only if BJP wins there, then we can see who will become the chief minister. And as far as political pundits are concerned, or even the opposition is concerned, they are saying that on the ground, the situation of the BJP is not well, especially in Purvanchal, and that is why a man like Prime Minister himself, Modi himself, has to spend 3 days here in Varanasi, campaigning here, doing road shows, doing public meetings here, and also meeting with other intellectuals here. So this goes to show the kind of nervousness which there is inside the Prime Minister or even the BJP. So this is what the opposition or the political pundits are saying, and as I told you, very important. If you lose Varanasi, there is the battle. It's a prestige battle, and your reputation takes a dent. Whether you win Uttar Pradesh or not, performing in Varanasi is completely a different ball game.
All right, but the BJP pitch, what is their poll pitch this time round? Because we saw the Prime Minister at the DLW ground quoting even Kabir Das. He also took over Akhilesh and Samajwadi Party combined, saying Kuch ka Saath, Kuch ka Vikas. But what has been the BJP's pitch? We have seen how it shifted from the development politics for sure.
Well, it's a combination of both which the BJP is putting in place as far as Uttar Pradesh is concerned. We have been seeing that the Prime Minister has been pitching for development of Uttar Pradesh. He has been speaking about poor roads in Uttar Pradesh. He is speaking about water. He's been speaking about electricity problem here. That electricity is not provided 24/7. But apart from that, we are also seeing that there are several leaders who are playing politics on the caste line. They are trying to reach to the vote bank, the Yadavs, maybe the Muslims, the Dalits also, the upper caste. And that is why today's visit itself is very significant, where you see that 2 important vote banks being targeted by Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself. The Yadav community at Garwa Ghat, and now the upper caste, the caste vote bank, and even the Brahmins, as for that matter, when he visits Ramnagar at this point of time. So it's the dual policy at this point
absolutely.
of time.
So the 9%, absolutely, the 9% of Yadav community, trying to woo the 9% of Yadav community in the last phase of UP polls at Garwa Ghat. That's the first pit stop of the Prime Minister this morning. The second pit stop for the caste community, which comes under the 20% of upper caste UP polls, and the rest is 32% of non-Yadav OBC community. And it's the matrix of this that the BJP is hoping to ride on with the Modi wave this time round, but not without internal fighting as well, not without a polarization pit charge as well, and not without the combined force of SP Congress challenge. We have to take a short break.